As we age, relationships change. But what transpires when a wife begins to feel distant from her husband after many years of marriage? What causes a woman who once cherished her husband to gradually withdraw, to lose that ignition, to feel uninterested? It's something that many couples experience, but few people talk about. The gradual vanishing of affection, little changes in behavior, and the silent frustration that develops as time passes. It cannot occur overnight. It's the outcome of years of unfulfilled needs, unspoken words, and disregarded moments. The reason is not necessarily what you think. It's not about falling out of affection. It's about understanding what love should feel like. Sometimes it comes down to very practical reasons. Today we're going to dive into the reasons why women, as they age, begin to feel differently about their husbands, and what can be done to fix it before it's too late. If you are a husband, a wife, or a person interested in long-term relationships, stay with me until the end. This may transform the way you perceive love, getting older, and marriage forever. Number 1. The emotional dedication gets too heavy. For many years, most women have taken on the position of the emotional caretaker in their marriage. They remember birthdays, arrange family gatherings, plan doctor appointments, and take care of the household's affairs. But as they age, they find out that this unseen effort has taken a toll on them. And here's the brutal reality. Many men aren't even aware it's happening. Women begin to feel as if they are carrying the marriage on their backs, whereas their husbands just exist inside it. Number 2, an absence of meaningful communication. In the initial stages, conversations are filled with curiosity. How was your day? Tell me your dreams. But as the years pass, most husbands quit engaging in profound, meaningful conversations with their wives. Rather, conversation becomes normal, predicted, or even worse, not existing. A woman desires intimacy just as much as she desires companionship. Without it, she begins to feel ignored, unheard, and unappreciated. Number 3, the burden of household chores never ends. One of the most prevalent challenges women face in long-term marriages is the endless burden of household chores. Research reveals that even in today's society, women still do the majority of housework, even after retirement. And by the moment they hit their golden years, most women are just tired of it. What starts to appear as minor irritations, dirty dishes left in the sink, clothes not put away, ultimately develops into serious bitterness. The woman will start wondering, why do I have to continue doing everything? Number 4, she grows beyond the relationship, but he doesn't. As women grow older, most of them are looking for personal development. They want to go on vacation, explore new things, and engage with the world. But if their spouse refuses to change and develop with them, they begin to feel trapped, like they are outgrowing the marriage itself. If a woman feels that she is evolving while her husband stays stagnant, the emotional gap between them develops larger and broader. Number 5, a loss of physical and emotional intimacy. Intimacy is not simply about physical proximity, it's about being emotionally attached and feeling desired. Over the years, most couples lose this ignition, and for a woman, this loss might feel like an indication that affection itself is dying. When a woman no longer feels desired and feels that her spouse perceives her the way he once did, she starts to emotionally disconnect. Number 6, retirement affects everything, but not necessarily for the better. Retirement is usually regarded as the golden phase of life, a moment to relax, travel, and simply enjoy each other's company. But for most couples, it turns into the root of tension. Why? Because unexpectedly they are spending all their time together, and most men struggle to deal with it. Many men approach retirement with no solid plan. They go from full-time working to relaxing around, uncertain of what to do. And sadly, in many marriages, this means the woman suddenly becomes the husband's pastime committee. He expects her to fill his free time, to take good care of him, and to be his ever-present companion. This might be daunting for a lady who has spent all of her life dealing with responsibilities. Rather than retirement being a moment of peace, it can feel oppressive, like she's lost the autonomy she was looking forward to. Without different hobbies, acquaintances, or interests, a woman might start to feel stuck in a life she did not sign up for. And this bitterness can silently destroy her love for her husband. Number 7, she no longer feels heard or valued. One of the most challenging situations in marriage is not fighting, it's feeling invisible. Most women, after decades of being the emotional foundation of the family, reach a time when they feel that their voices no longer count. They raise problems, share their feelings, and try to participate in serious conversations, but their husbands don't wholeheartedly listen. A woman doesn't need extravagant gestures, she needs to be heard. She needs to know that her perspectives, opinions, and emotions still count as someone she's spent many years with. Whenever it stops happening, she starts to withdraw emotionally, and if she does, it's difficult to come back. When a woman feels overlooked for too long, she stops trying. And if she stops trying, love evolves into silent bitterness. Number 8. She realizes life is precious, and she wants more. As people grow older, they tend to perceive life differently. They lose friends, they attend more funeral services, and they begin to realize that time is precious. And for most women, this realization causes them to look at their marriage from a different perspective. She begins asking herself complicated questions. Am I content? Do I feel cherished? Is this how I want to spend the rest of my years? If the responses don't satisfy her, she can start withdrawing, not because of frustration, but because of self-preservation. Most women reach a point where they no longer want to fight, complain, or beg for attention. They concentrate on their own mental health, and if their husband fails to meet them halfway, they silently withdraw emotionally, or perhaps even physically. This is the reason some women, after many years of marriage, quit trying. Not because they lack interest, but because they have discovered they deserve more than just being there in someone else's life. As we hit the golden years of life, relationships are not about huge romantic actions. They are about presence, compassion, and respect. Whenever a woman begins to feel detached from her spouse, it is rarely because she has simply fallen out of affection. It is generally because she no longer feels recognized, cherished, or appreciated. This is the story of many marriages. Love doesn't fade in one spectacular moment. It disappears in the silent, invisible ones. In instances in which a woman feels ignored, in decades where she carries her burdens alone, and in those moments when she needs assistance, but only finds silence. But does it have to be this way? No. Love is a choice, and just as it goes away, it may also be rekindled. If you're a husband watching this, ask yourself, when was the last time you sincerely listened to your wife? When was the last time you showed her gratitude, not only as a spouse, but also as a person? And if you're a wife feeling detached, is there still room for restoring that relationship? Marriage is not about achieving an objective. It is about continually choosing each other, even when decades have transformed you. It's about making little actions that say, I still see you, I continue to appreciate you, you are still important to me.